Alright guys, so we are back. It's about 12 in the afternoon the next day. I got a few hours of sleep in the Walmart parking lot. Feeling a little bit better. Gonna go ahead and start working on getting this thing off the dyno and get the bumper on first of all. That way we can just kind of get it out the car and install it out the way. So, just to give you guys a heads up, if you're doing an auto to manual swap on a Z, you're gonna realize that your key doesn't want to come out now because you don't have that park safety switch, whatever is going on. All you gotta do is take apart your dash or your column, and you'll see a black and a red wire going to the actual ignition itself. Go ahead and just snip one of the wires, doesn't matter, you can cut them both, that's fine. And then just go ahead and just tape the ends up so you don't short on anything. But then you should be able to take your key out just like you normally would. See that little guy right here? You got this guy, and you got this guy. You can chop them both, but we just chopped this old red guy, and you can see we got a little heat shrink on just to keep it insulated and not ground and short out on anything. And you're done. After you cut your wire, you're gonna have to just push that little red guy right in there. You can barely see it, but once it's pushed in, it will no longer pop back out or do what it needs to do like it normally did, and you'll just be able to take your key in and out like you normally can. So here, I'll show you. We got our fancy little key here, and we're just, you know, we're in, she out. And by the way, we had to represent a little bit. If you guys looking for ECU, anything, man, that is the place to get it. Check them out. Cold start stuff just because we never really messed with anything cold start related last night, so getting that dialed in right now. Brad's a legend, absolute legend. By the way, we found out that my starter is kind of crapping out, so if any of you guys have a 2JZ starter for sale, please let me know. I'd love to scoop that off of you. You're good. You're looking good. Give her a couple little more revs, bud. Yeah. There she be, mate. There she be. Yeah. Right, Nigel. We've got ourselves a Zupra, mate. Alright, man, this is it. We're heading back. Yeah. Oh, we got the Zupra, boys. Tuned and complete. I cannot believe, like, first off, guys, Brad is an absolute legend, man. This could not have been possible without him. The amount of work this man put in, I don't think I can ever repay him, to be honest. Like, this guy is killing it. So, huge shout out to you, man. Honestly, like, I don't know where that car would be right now. After realizing how much wiring is actually involved and the depth of making things work and stuff like that. But we got about an 8.5 hour drive back home. Left a little bit later than I hoped for, but we'll be all right. So let me get my GPS, figure out where the hell I'm going. If you guys have any questions, please drop them down below. Again, huge shout out to Haltech for having me, first of all. Brad, Swap Shop Garage, you know, just endless, all the help. Andrew for all the fabrication help. Thanks, man. If you guys aren't following his channel, make sure you guys go do so. But yeah, you know, it was a team effort, man. Eric, thank you for the help and the advice and stuff like that to kind of guide us in the right direction when we were having a little bit of trouble last night. Yeah, man, I mean, so many thanks to give. Everyone at Haltech for being cool and letting me swing by. Appreciate it. But we're gonna get on this road. I might live stream for a little bit, you know, and we'll be having a lot of fun with this car, man. And I hope you guys are excited just like I am, because it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're back home. We are back. And amazingly, it's like 50 plus out today, which, oh, it's foggy. Lens is foggy. Let's move some cars. Let's get the Z up back in her home. Let's do it. Oh, what a freaking good. Dude, I had a dream that I drove this thing. No, too nuts. It was nuts. It was nuts. Welcome. Welcome. Man, she's dirty. Actually, let's fire it up. Let's fire it up. Let's let it warm up. That's so weird to say that. It's got a 2J in it now, too. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and get started with all the work that we gotta do today. First things first, I'm gonna modify the hood that it actually closes and fits. We actually are hitting this part of the throttle body, so we have to notch out the bracing there. We're also gonna notch out the bracing for the timing cover. That way we can actually run it and not have to just run without it. That way the hood shuts, we'll be happy there, and then we have a couple little button-up things to do. Power steering, I have to check underneath because there was like a little bit of a leak on the power steering at the rack, so we have to double check that. But today we're just going to consist of getting it all good to go, and then maybe tonight we'll go take it for our first drive. So let's just get to it. So looking at our hood, this area right here is kind of where I'm going to have to notch out for the valve cover. And then this area right here is going to have to be notched out for the throttle body. So I think just being able to notch out the actual bracing, so if we chop this out, we have to be careful because there's really not much room between, you know, the bracing and the actual hood itself. We don't want to damage the hood. So maybe we'll go ahead and cut it at an angle like this, chop down at it as opposed to into it, and we'll kind of start small and then work our way out and cut the hole bigger if we need to. Because we don't want to make it look too kind of cut up. We just need to get the room that we need, so if that makes sense. Actually, first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is see what I can do about our little intake tube, because we're going to get this kind of, this probably won't really clear that well. This is going to tuck down in here a little bit. So we'll take this off. We have a little bit of 45-degree 4-inch pipe that we're going to go ahead and cut to size, and that should kind of get us where we need to get. This thing is nuts, man. This turbo is wild. Twisted Motion, shout out. But we have our little intake pipe made up, guys. This thing was, this is all we have left. I started with like 3 feet of pipe. I got about 6 inches. Shit. So this is gonna go kind of in here, kind of like so. Generally like that, so looks a little bit better, right? Yeah. But before we put anything on here, I gotta go ahead and clean our filthy engine bay real quick, you know? Get her looking somewhat a little bit better. Alright, well, I just did the old Honda hood mod. I'll actually link, hopefully I'll link the video I made for the 240 for this. That way I can actually have the hood open and work on the thing. Like, look at that, it's freaking out the way completely. Now, oh well, as you can see, we got our little intake pipe looking epic. Looks so much better in my opinion. I clearanced the hood. As you guys can see, I chopped off that whole little center section, and you can't really even tell besides the fact that it's now black. But otherwise, it looks really nice and clean, so that's awesome. My battery's about to die, and I have no charger, so I'm gonna have to go get one tomorrow. I think I left it in Kentucky. I'm gonna go ahead and put all of our nice little hardware bolts in. I bled the coolant a little bit more because there was a slight little air pocket. Filled it up with power steering. Gotta do gauges. We're prepping this thing for the streets, man. That's all. Alright, so if it looks like we're recording on like a weird potato right now, that's probably because we're on the GoPro, and I haven't used this in a good while. It's probably, the only reason why I'm using it is just temporary for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get a new charger tomorrow for my DSLR. I think I left it in Kentucky. Just want to show off some hardware real quick. Check that out. We got some going on here in the bumper. We're going to put it pretty much everywhere we can. I think I maybe will have a link for you guys if you guys want to grab some of your own. I have 60 of them. They're password JDM little dress-up bolts. And then I'm going to pretty much just get it all bolted up, and we're going to move on to the gauge, get that wired up and oil change, and just continue on. But yeah, that's just a little upgrade, you know? Let's fast forward to inside the car. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we gotta go ahead and fix all this up here because this is a little bit too much for me here to handle, and we gotta go ahead and kind of tuck everything back away and get the whole kind of floorboard clear. So